Yeah, you would think after all of the waves, Kate Baldwin, after the last few months, the first 5 months of the Donald Trump presidency, right, the first 4 months of the Donald Trump presidency, that you expect that Democrats would have this massive lead on the economy. It ain't so. It ain't so. The party that is closest to your economic views, in November of 2023, it was the Republicans by 11 points. Now it's still within that range, still within that margin of error. Plus 8-point advantage for the Republican Party. How is that possible, Democrats? How is that possible after all the recession fears, after the stock market's been doing all of this, after all the tariffs that Americans are against, and Republicans still hold an 8-point lead on the economy? Are you kidding me?
This is a CNN. This is new CNN.
Look at his face. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I don't like to, stop it during this time, but look at his face. This is legit. Look what he says when he says, "Are you kidding me?" Look at him. Let's go.
All of this after all the tariffs that Americans are against, and Republicans still hold an 8-point lead on the economy? Are you kidding me?
Look at it. Pissed. Can't believe it. Facts. Facts is pissing him off. It's just facts. All right, let's continue.
This is a CNN. This is new CNN polling.
Yes.
How is that, when we look for trends, how is that trending with other data that you're pulling in?
Yeah, if it was just this one CNN poll, that would be one thing. But take a look at Reuters Ipsos. What do we see here? Party with a better economic plan. Well, in May of 2024, just before Donald Trump was reelected president, Republicans had a 9-point advantage. Look at where we are now in May of 2025. The advantage actually went up by 3 points. Now Republicans have a 12-point advantage when it comes to the party with a better economic plan. And again, this is after months of supposed economic uncertainty in which the stock market's been going bonkers, in which the tariff wars that Americans are against have been going on. And yet, despite all of that, the Democrats are down by 12 points on the economy. This speaks to Democratic problems on the economy better than basically anything that you could possibly look at. The Republicans still hold an advantage on the all-important key issue of the day, and that is the reason why, even if Donald Trump's approval ratings are a little bit lower than they used to be, Republicans are not out of the ballgame because they still have a clear advantage on the economy, whether you look at CNN's polls or whether you look at the Ipsos poll right here, in which they have a 12-point advantage on the economy, Kate.
And also in the CNN data, it does show that Republicans are gaining ground in an area that is key relating to all of this, which is when it comes to the middle class.
Yeah. Historically speaking, which is the party of the middle class has been a huge advantage for Democrats. I have polling from NBC going all the way back since 1989 when Democrats had a 23-point advantage. 2016, a 17-point advantage. But by this decade, we already started seeing declines back in 2022 where you saw that Democrats led, but only by 4 points, well within the margin of error. And now in our latest CNN poll among registered voters, which is the party of the middle class, it is tied. This, I think, speaks to Democratic ills more than anything else. They have traditionally been the party of the middle class. No more. Donald Trump and the Republican Party have taken that mantle away, and now a key advantage for Democrats historically has gone adios amigos, and now there is no party that is the party of the middle class. Republicans have completely closed the gap, Kate.
All right, there's a lot of messages and a lot.
Wait a minute.
Well, guys. Here we have it. Another CNN anchor, super surprised that Trump is doing actually pretty well. This is about the economy. And listen, the reports have come out, and obviously, this has been, I think, about three CPI reports that have shown job growth, that has shown, the prices of groceries going down and gas is, doing this thing, right? So it's been showing trends in a good direction. Inflation has been showing that it's cooling down. And so when you're reading this, whatever this guy's name is, understand that America is looking at what's actually going on out in the real world, right? We actually know if things are going down. We actually know, because we felt the Joe Biden economy. Bidenomics was absolutely devastating. Right? Having a 9% inflation rate at one point in June of 2022 was crazy. So we want to see things go down. Obviously, we're not going to feel them, significantly. But as long as we can start seeing like, okay, the price of eggs aren't super freaking crazy right now. The groceries are getting a little bit better. We just want to see improvement. That's all Americans want to see. From a voter standpoint. Now he's reading the numbers and he's actually pissed. You can tell. He's like, how is this happening? How is the Democrats not making good ground with the middle class? Well, let's start here, sir. First of all, we got two Democrats that have just created a book about how the lies have been being told to the American people for years. Jake Tapper and KGP, press secretary. Let's start there. They're not a trustworthy party anymore. Let's just start there. We're not even going to talk about the economy yet. We don't even trust these people who were in office, and that we're totally not focused on the economy, and we're focused on all these other social issues and political stuff that didn't do anything good for America. So they lost an entire group that they've been able to do really well with, as you see on this map, since 1989, and they started to slowly decline. But look at 2016. 2016 is when Trump ran, if I'm not mistaken, right? If my brain's working. So he wasn't doing good with them. But look what happened in 2022. A major drop. Guess what happened in 2022? The economy was crazy terrible during that time. Who was president? Oh, you're going to blame Donald Trump for that too, huh? No, it was Joe Biden, aka Beach Biden, or you can call him the auto pen. Whatever you want to call him is fine with me. It is what it is. And now they're saying that it's tied, which means their polling is off, which probably means the Republicans are making really good ground with the middle class. The reason why Trump is making good ground and the Republican Party is making good ground with the middle class are because they're talking about the economy. He was talking about energy. He explained what happens when you invest into energy and what that's going to do for the American family and how that's going to bring the costs down. He explained the trade war and what that's doing to America. He explained the taxes and what he needs to do for the bill, whether people like them or not. There's a lot of mixed responses out there, but he talked about the bill. He's talking about things that are going to affect us and what we need to do to prevent devastation that we've already been experiencing under Joe Biden. He was talking about the economy. Kamala Harris got up there doing what? Talking about Trump.
Wait a minute.
And you wonder why you guys are doing so bad with the American people? She sat up and talked about Trump all day. I was a prosecutor and I prosecuted transnational gangs and Trump's done nothing. Meanwhile, the border is out of freaking control and you keep telling us that everything is fine, there's not a problem. And we had millions and millions and millions of illegal migrants coming through this country like roaches on old bread with Kool-Aid on it. They were just flowing in here, flowing in. They didn't care. And they knew it. And they lied to us, talking about we need to get this bipartisan bill signed, and Trump's trying to stop it. It's Trump's fault. While they're in the White House, they're lying to the American people, telling us that Trump killed the bill that they're in control of. Trump gets in the damn office and he says, you know what? What's executive order number 1? The border. He goes, signature, there you go, shut it down. Day 1, CBP1 app, done. Border crossings in the first month, down. We're at like 99%, border closing right now. And then he had to throw some force to the cartel, saying, if you want to play this game, go ahead. We're going to strike back. And guess what? We had to get some force down there at the border. Anybody talking about the border now? I'm going to get back to the economy, but I'm saying, is anybody talking about the border now? Do we really believe that Trump's border is not secure? We definitely know it's more secure than Joe Biden. Democrats can't even argue that point. That's why I go straight to that point. Whenever I have to argue or have a discussion with a Democrat, we talk about the border first. And not to mention all the other stupid stuff that they're trying to do with fighting Trump on deportations and things like that, which America is in support of, but Democrats don't get it. And so now we talk about the economy. And here's the thing. We've taken a gamble on Trump because this is the thing. He's done a good job on his first term. We did not want to take a gamble on Kamala Harris, who was already in office and couldn't do nothing. She couldn't do anything. Trump was at least coming with ideas and strategies and saying, we got to try something. And you know what happens when you have a situation that's so bad sometimes? All you're wanting is somebody to just tell you something that could possibly work, and you know that they're working towards a solution. You do not want someone that's like, yeah, well, I'm not going to do nothing about the economy. I'm just going to keep spending money and throwing money to Ukraine and funding wars and talking about all these other stupid things and funding all these other things and USAID and this and this and that. I'm just going to keep spending money and raising the deficit and not focusing on inflation. America did not want to hear that. They did not want to hear that. And when Trump came and he had a plan, we were at least happy to hear, oh man, sense of relief. Someone's talking about bringing our taxes down. Someone's talking about no tax on tips. Listen, we hope that it passes. Let's vote on it. No tax on overtime. I work overtime. I hate getting taxed on overtime because sometimes it's not even worth working the overtime.
Wait a minute.
I know some of y'all have been there. He says no tax on Social Security. Bonus depreciation he wants to make as a permanent thing, right? If you haven't used bonus depreciation, it's really cool strategy. But I'm saying, like, he at least came with something. Democrats came with nothing but Trump bad. And you're wondering why you're doing bad with voters. And now you got Democrats spending $20 million to research about men. $20 million to research about men? You don't need $20 million, Dumbocrats. You need a plan, and you need to stop making us feel weird for being men. Doesn't take $20 million. I'm going to get off this thing. If you guys enjoy this content, please hit the like button. I also do weekly live streams as well, so make sure you click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get all the notifications. And if you feel the need, drop a super thanks, man, if you really enjoy this content. All right, I'm going to get out of here. It's just so funny to me, man, just to see the Democrat Party just go down in shambles. And they're wondering why they're losing so many people and why Trump is doing better with the economy. It's like, this isn't rocket science, yo. This isn't rocket science. But you got to have common sense. Start there. Let me get out of here. Like I say, after every video, this is chess, not checkers. I'm going to see y'all at work.
You are watching a master at work.
See you.